Good morning. This is your crypto day update for today's date, coming in that of Tuesday, the 12th of February, 2019. All bets, trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. And amongst the Bitcoin chart, this is the fourth day since the 7 and 8.85% up day. And it's been 4 days mainly going sideways, a little bit of price correction over the last couple of days that it has made it pierce above the barely newly rising 18 average of highs, which was the case back in here on the Christmas last year, where it got above this level and then it had its first comeback to the newly rising, trying to revert the trend. And then on January the 6th, the attempt to do such, break established resistance, didn't do so much. Newly established resistance has come into form at 37.10. So if it's able to hold within this, 18 average of lows is rising at 34.45. So we'll deem it pierce, I'll deem it rather, pierce below 35 or even this previous level of resistance, 34 and 3/4, as not only a must hold, although I mean it doesn't have to not or whatever on that, but if it does happen to stay above, hold above this level, especially if it can create a bit more time, maybe 3, 4, 6 more days, although it can do it today, breaking above this resistance 37.53, then you're looking at a fast move up to this previous high. But it's got a lot of stages to go in order to revert this trend. On the weekly chart, it is just meeting up within this down leg lower from last November through that of time. And it's still the same thing. I'm expecting this level to be a key resistance area. And with that being said, whether it happens quick or slow, or if it goes down to 1,000, now that's the key one right there. Is if it goes down to like around 1,000 area, if it goes down to like 24, 26, to me, I would still give it a good shot of coming up to this previous level. But if it goes to 1,000, what I'm saying is I'm expecting a good price rally, breaking 18 highs on long-term time frames. And doing so in here, well, then I might be saying, well, the next key level would be like 3,000 and change or something amongst that level, or 3,400 would be a level of resistance. And because it's had a lot of time and some support established around 33 to 31, that going down below there, yeah, you're looking at a significant move, and the conservative level is in the mid 2000s. That's how I'm looking at it, or calculating it rather. Moving on to some altcoins. Surprise, surprise, AdeCoin is at around 1,000 Satoshi. And it has been so for quite some time. This is just something else. Yesterday's volatility, a high of 1,017, a low of 1,005, differential 12 or almost 1%. So far today, a differential of 4 basis points. And this is well over a half a day or 14 hours. Differential 0.4%. We look at this on the 4 hour. I have never seen this. They say in markets that the system is for price discovery, and in such markets are always going to become over and undervalued. And often the same index or the same coin will have both of them back and forth, overvalued and under, and so on and so forth. And then this is used to find in time what a real value of a certain price or commodity is. And are we seeing this at about 1,005, 1,010 Satoshi? Well, this tells me that nobody's too eager to buy or sell for the last several days. I mean, this starting in here, and it was already tight enough as it was preceding this. But since end of February the 7th, or 4 days, people are not wanting to buy, not wanting to sell really anything at all. I find this coin market or the chart fantastic, and I'm really curious to see how this breaks this extremely tight congestion right now. And before I show a couple coins that are rallying, let's take a look at one going down, as this one is now entering levels not seen in quite some time, or at least it would do so if it breaks down below this December 14th support level. It had this quick little rally up move up to 266 a few days ago, and The quick red candle down in the follow through like this. Are we looking at a leg lower? Well, to me, it seems like it is. And if this is a good coin, and I've heard a lot about it that it is, hence the reason why I'm holding it, then markets go up, markets go down. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe we do have maybe a test at around 160, 170, go halfway, maybe between this level and this key support as a conservative level. And then, of course, if we're talking about more aggressive, this previous low, around 90 or a little below. For me, I bought again today, and if it goes down more, I'll buy some more. If it can break out, I'll sell. Within Vertcoin, it's choppy. It's a little scary. I'm not going to say scary, but I do not want to try to predict if this is going to be a failed rally and we're going to come back down to at least 6,000 or lower, or if this thing is just going to shoot up higher big time. But I like how this 18 average is rising. After this rally on January 24th, it successfully held this 18. So far, it's doing just that, holding such. So therefore, 7,000 or so, a little above 7,000, even around 75, considering this is a rising 18. That's really, if it doesn't hold that, I'm going to be a little disappointed, I'll say. Market will do what it does, but I do like how the setup is forming with, it's just a lot scary because the fact that this rally did sell quickly, this one did as well, but that's really the name of the game. And a lot of the successful moves will have early stages looking something like this. So again, it's going to be the 18 I'm going to want to see as my indicator for if this is a failed breakout or not. So far, all things are still fine in my book. Within Theta, it had its big move at the end of November and then the real large fall because it pretty much came to exactly where it came from. It didn't, at the time, hold and stay above really around 1,500. It resisted it for quite some time, and then it resisted this level here, got above it, and, well, it's pulling back a little bit, well above the 18 average right now. Taking a look at this on a 4-hour term time frame, you see in here how it got to the 18. It's flattened, showing 3 periods of weakness amongst the 18 lows. And here, resisting this point, breaking down below, small down move to 2250. Now having an 18 high test. If this market can hold and stay above in the short term, this little area here, this band will flatten out. Maybe more shorter term resistance can be established around 23. But getting and holding, staying above this level is a strong thing. And if you see it get above 2370, 2382, well then the probability odds within the next 10, 20, 50, 100 minutes to go to like 2,500 and above is a lot higher because it's in that type of mode that it needs to be to do such an event. NLC2 or no limit coin next, which is having great volatility and, well, yeah, just amazing volatility. The movements are doing fine right now as well. As when you see situations like this type of fall, rally in one day, pretty much, maybe 3, to go from 230 up to 519, and obviously all sell orders executed, and then some more would be bought and back on this next ride higher. Then a lot of the sideways congestion for quite some time, basically from November 29th through like December 13th or 12th. That's a good 2 weeks of going sideways. And then this move was like a couple of days, really one. And this one was several days going up from the 13th really to the 26th, a 2-week rally. And everything sold, bought and back, most likely. For maybe you sold up here at, say, 200 and you didn't get the buyback at 140. Either way, that's still great. And now we've had another move, and again, taking a decent amount of time. Would I want to see it hold? Well, this little congestion area, the 18, well, that's so far so good. Price action has managed to have a day today with a good green candle lifting off from the low period, making it a pierce above the highs on this rising 18. Holding and staying above this area here, or holding this 320 plus area, would be super strong, let alone even holding around 315. But if this thing can get above further, then I'd be very curious to see how this 420 or so level does play out, because it could break it nicely for spectacular gains. But even over the next 4, 5, 6, 7 days, if it can, again, like I say, hold and stay above and maybe find some support amongst the 18 highs in some sort of format like this, it is a rising one. So that's a lot of good reason for me to believe that the probability odds for this is pretty darn near good. And that's either way. I got a lot of sell orders I still need to buy back. In fact, I got another new one, of course, because I ended up selling at about 349. So therefore, I'm looking to buy that back at like, probably around 2.8, right around this previous low. And then all the other buy orders down here that haven't filled from this. So if they fill, then they do that. And if they don't, that's going to go higher. My sell orders are going to fill. Let's look next at Komodo. And it's having a good day at an increase of right now close to 17% in that of 22,000 Satoshi. We can see that several days amongst the 18, but from the rally low, or from point A low of November lows here to the end of the year highs, price action came back, had a good price move, but filled only about a 50% correction. It held and stayed above this general area. The conservative area didn't do so because it resisted it. The key word was conservative area. This little area here, which was this level of resistance here, there was a support here, and it was support on many occasions. And we can see here resistance at like 20. Let's put a line there. And when you break these levels, it's always the same. We can see in this, just before we shorten it out, we can see that it had an attempt the previous day to do it. It managed to get above to this level, pierce above, and see highs not seen since January the 6th. But it obviously came back to the 18 highs. Let's put a line in at that area as well. Shorten it up. You can see here, yeah, when these things go, it's just perfectly played by the book. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.